So how you feeling?
I feel really good these days.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing clearly. Like I just felt like I was inside of a tunnel
Yeah.
and I couldn't enjoy like the blessings that I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just but I feel like I can see now like I'm actually present and it feels really good because I'm like I'm seeing people and I get excited like
Yeah.
and I don't know, I'm exactly who I want to be. Like I'm as divine as I want to be. I'm helping people again. It just feels good. Like I feel like I'm living my purpose.
Yeah. Um. So how's your Are you cool with both of your parents? Do your your parents around? Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I talk to my mom every day. My dad is in a funny situation with his new family.
Okay, so he started a whole new colony, huh?
Yeah. It's definitely weirder. I didn't have a really close relationship with my dad growing up. So he just didn't know how to like tend to me emotionally. Like I was an only child, so I just got things. Like if something was wrong, like
You were just taken care of. Like, I mean, like the situation was taken care of by putting something in your hand.
yeah.
That's interesting.
So now it's like he vents to me about his new family and I have to be there for him emotionally. And I think he's starting to see that like our dynamic is changing and I can see he's trying to be there for me emotionally too, but I could tell it's really awkward for him cuz
Really? So he would so you were or you weren't used to him unpacking like himself emotionally to you?
Yeah, it's honestly a new thing for me.
Oh, okay. That's very That's very that's a lot, man. Because like I guess like how did you view him growing up, you know?
I looked at him like a villain. That's just was
like an antagonist to your life. That's
mostly
crazy.
to my mother's life. Like I felt like I was just watching their relationship.
They were always getting into it, or what?
Yeah, it just. My mom is very kind, and her motto is like, if somebody's treating you badly, like you don't reciprocate that. You just be nicer. And I just thought that was so weak. And my dad obviously didn't understand that. So
what would he do with that? Like, would he take advantage?
Yeah, he took. Yeah, he just had a lot of Anna in him, just for no reason. He was just angry all the time.
Yeah,
he took it out on her.
So she was kind of like an emotional punching bag for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were like, fuck that, in a way. Like you didn't want to go. You didn't want to be your mom in those situations.
Right. I'd just be in my room, like, watching movies.
Yeah.
Like, this is what love is supposed to be like.
You were, so, like, what kind of movies were you watching, by the way?
I didn't like the movies with happy endings because I felt like it was unrealistic.
Yeah. Especially if you're in that environment, like,
Yeah.
you know.
There's this movie called Comet. Have you ever heard of it?
No. What is it?
It's like a love story. It talks about like parallel universes.
Oh, okay.
And the movie's very complicated.
I'm already sold.
Yo, you have to watch it. They just took it off of Netflix. Like,
really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but
what year was it? Yeah, or around what year? You know?
nah, I'm not sure, but maybe 2016.
Okay, so it's kind of recent.
Yeah.
It's like they got like, it was in this decade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I liked it because it told a story about a couple that was, I don't know, they were really cool in the beginning and then they evolved, and I don't even know how to really summarize it. It's such a complicated movie.
Yeah. It sounds fun. It sounds like you got to watch it a couple of times to like really take it all in. And I love like things like that, you know?
You like complicated movies?
I like complicated things. Like, I don't know. It's just, I like being able to return to something, you know, and learn, you know, picking something new up every time.
Ooh, you need to watch this movie called I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
That's the same director as the Jim Carrey movie with
Eternal?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the 4th time that movie's come up this week. It's crazy.
Yeah. They're really pushing it on Netflix. But I'll watch that. That seems like I kind of like his rhythm of things, and like, especially it has something, I think it has like something to do with time. I want to see what his take is on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and memories. Because those are pretty like, those are pretty esoteric. Like, they're just like, you can kind of make up whatever you want about them because nobody knows exactly what they're for, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So you were watching, you were watching that, did you gravitate towards any like specific movies in those situations while, you know, your parents was getting into it or not? Did you have, it was just like film in general was just like a thing, a world for you to escape in and that? Because I imagine you kind of like trying to like take your mind off the, you know, like.
Yeah, honestly, like, I can't remember most of the movies I'd watch.
Right, yeah.
I was mostly writing. Like,
okay.
That was, I used to call like my notebooks like my siblings because I didn't
kids. Have. Oh no, your brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Because I would wish for one. Just
because you're the only child, huh?
Yeah.
You think that's how a sibling relationship would be?
Kinda. Yeah, like just somebody to talk to. Especially if we share the same parents.
Yeah, and the same blood and stuff.
Yeah, I used to like wish I could, I don't know, like fight over whose turn it was to do dishes or like sharing clothes.
So are you like, did you say you're comfortable by yourself? Like, how you think that informed your life now, I guess, you know?
I actually just realized, like, because I live in an apartment with my best friend now, and like, we would get into like tiny like disagreements, and I would just like go in my room and like. That's how I dealt with it.
That's how you figured it out.
Yeah, and she's different. Like, she's more direct. So like,
is she more confrontational and stuff, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
To your face.
Yeah, basically.
And you're just like, maybe it'll fix itself.
Yeah. That's just what I'm used to. Like when my parents.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just go in my room and write, and I'm pretty okay by myself. I tend to expect to be by myself all the time. It gets lonely, but I'm always good at like talking myself out of it.
Yeah. Out of what?
Out of feeling sad about being by myself.
Oh, okay. Like being alone and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's crazy how like we kind of like make these like mechanisms to like pass the time in those situations.
Yeah.
You know, like I guess like what were you saying to you? Like, was it the writing that helped you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always writing.
What were you writing anything specific, or were you just like, man, at this moment in time, I am.
Yo, I swear to God, man. I was like, the way I write,
yeah.
I have like different forms of like
yeah.
venting. So it'll be like, yo, dear journal, like this is what's going on.
Oh, you got the Moesha bag.
Kind of, but it's my biggest escape is like anecdotes. I love like
What do you mean by
going
that?
someplace, like just writing short stories.
Oh
like,
yeah, that's yeah, a lot. Yeah, it's very effective.
Yeah, because I used to tell myself like when I was a kid and my parents would be arguing, I'd just go in my room and be like, this isn't happening, and like I would believe it, and I would be like, this is what's actually happening.
You just go somewhere else.
Yeah, and then I would just write about it, and like I would reread it, and
it's almost like a dream in it. Do you dream? No.
Yeah.
You ever write your dreams down?
Yeah, I used to write it like first thing in the morning. I need to go back to that.
Yeah, same here. But did you ever go back to read like what your dream was?
Yeah, sometimes.
Did it have that kind of same feeling? Like as, say, you were writing your anecdotes?
Kind of. Yeah, actually. Because it feels like it actually happened. Yeah.
Because I'm assuming like you kind of like dwell in that space that you're writing from. You know what I mean? Like when you're writing like a short story or something. Yeah.
It'll feel like I'm like recalling on something that happened.
Yeah. And see, that it's funny you brought that movie up, because that's what I feel about like memories and stuff. Like do you trust your memories?
Man, I smoke weed, so like sometimes I be having short-term memory.
Yeah.
And sometimes like
you're like, did this happen?
Yeah, I'm like, and then like sometimes it, based on how I'm feeling, I don't know if I'm recalling it like like differently. Yeah, I don't trust them all the way.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And the thing is like with memories, they're so manipulative. Like they're so manipulated by your like feelings, like at the moment. It's such a weird how they interact with like our experience of time is so strange. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's like there's so many things happening at one time when you recall a memory, you know. I always think it's like, I think they're like to serve like how to maneuver in the future in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like in a way, I feel like a memory, whether you decide it's a memory or not, kind of like informs like your present on how to act in the future. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. That's why you gotta watch the movie, man.
Did you watch it?
Wait, we're talking about I'm Thinking of Ending Things, right? Yeah, I've seen it 3 times.
Damn, you got sucked in, huh?
Yeah.
Got you?
Yeah. That's so true. Like, everything is happening all at once.
Yeah, it's like this weird ass, like, collapsing of like reality.
Yeah.
You know, like it just, reality just falls on itself once you like, well, anytime you become aware in a way, like you like peek into like, oh, what am I actually doing at this moment, at this present time? Everything that we know as like concrete falls on itself, you know, like as something like tangible and stuff. So like, I mean, you think about the present and it's gone. The moment you think about it, it's not there. So is there anything really present? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any, can that even be possible without recalling it, you know? So like, it's almost like even our present is a memory in a way.
Jeez.
And then like you think about the future and it's not even there yet, but like you can, you know, you think about the future and sometimes it's like based on how you think you would act in it based on like what you did in the past in a way, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when you're into manifesting things, right?
Yeah, actually, sure. I don't practice it as much as I should. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Continue. You can, that's a nod. You can continue what you're saying.
Because when I was younger and I would be like writing about where I actually was, you know? You
would write about who you actually were?
Yeah.
What is that like?
Like, okay, if I was at home and my parents were arguing,
yeah,
I'd be in my room and I'd be like, I'm actually in New York right now.
Oh,
like,
wow. Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And like,
you would just hop on your time vehicle.
And it was like, I realized, I think when I was a senior in high school, that everything I was writing was like manifesting itself somehow in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like, it kind of ties into like everything happening at once too, because it was like, it was happening inside of me.
Right.
It just wasn't in the physical world yet.
Oh yeah, and the perceived, like with your waking life type situation. Absolutely. I definitely think we can, I think like a form of manifesting is just like plucking like experiences like as you see them, like, you know, and just, you know, if it comes around, it comes around. But I mean, you can really will yourself into something. It's very I don't even call it strange at this point.
It's like, you know? Powerful.
Yeah, just like, yeah, exactly. Powerful.
And because we're so powerful, like I feel like we're not always aware of our power, and we use it in a bad way sometimes. Like when I was telling you earlier, like a few weeks ago, I was just like mentally somewhere really dark.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was misusing the power I had. Like, yeah.
Did you what'd you do to like grab yourself out of that, you know?
Okay, so there was this word, I don't remember where I heard it, but it's called ruminate, and it's like you just think of yourself, and you don't think about your suffering as shared with like the entire world. You think it's just yours, and it's very lonely.
Yeah.
And
like the world is happening to you.
Yeah, like very victim
based. Yeah, we can.
So I just started thinking like I have to look past myself, like, and that's what I just started doing. Like I started talking to people. I wasn't trying to talk about myself anymore. And
that's a very powerful exercise too.
Yeah, it actually helped like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, like everybody's going through something. It's not just me.
Yeah. But like in the midst of that, like somehow we're like we're trucking away, you know? Like everybody's going through something, but at the same time we have this craving. Like most of us have like a healthy, you know, healthily we have this like desire to connect with you know, our fellow habitants, you know, like the people here. Like I guess, you know, when you were in that dark, were you like shut off from everyone or what? Or like, yeah.
It's like nobody can help me. I'm here.
Were you interacting with anybody? Like, were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to force myself to.
Okay.
You know.
Cause I like in my head, I'm just kind of like imagining you cooped up in your room and
just in there, like going through it.
I feel you. Like I was saying, like it sucks that it's like, I mean, for me, it's just like it's kind of cyclical, you know. Like I definitely had like I said, like I just came out of that same ordeal, you know, and you don't want to like sometimes you feel like your shit is so big that you don't want to fuck up anybody else's shit because your shit is so immense for yourself in a way, you know. I remember like my wife was talking about, like I never grew up with pets. You grew up with pets? You did?
Yeah.
What kind of pet did you have?
I had me a puppy and a dog. I guess it's the same thing.
I was about to say, I didn't want to roast you though.
But one of them was a puppy and the other one was older. And then the puppy ran away. But,
damn. I
had a dog still. And then I had a bird. And we went to Vegas once. Forgot to feed it. And it died. That sucked. A lot of fish. Yeah, but...
So anyway. You grew up with a bunch of animals. Is your dog still alive?
No. He passed away my sophomore year of high school.
How did that go?
It sucked. I cried a lot.
Did you know it was coming? Like,
no, it was so random. My dad was like, he's gone. He's in the backyard. And I didn't believe him. So I went to go see him. And he just looked really stiff. And I just cried for a really long time.
Yeah. So you didn't even see it coming? Like you didn't, like, was he an older dog? Like did he just get old or like did he just...
He was probably like a teenager.
So it was like unexpected?
Yeah.
Oh no. Sorry.
Yeah. It's cool. But you didn't grow up with any
I didn't grow up with any. So my wife was telling me she grew up with the dog. And their dog got just old, you know what I'm saying? And but like as it was getting old, it knew it was getting old. It knew death was around the corner for itself. Like it kind of felt it coming. So dog would like go to like, or even when it was sick, like around those times, like when it was old, it felt like it was gonna die. It would just go under like a bush or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's how I be feeling sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not to. I'm only laughing because it's pretty dark. You know what I mean? But like, but yeah, like it's just like sometimes you just don't want to affect other people with your shit. So you like.
That's crazy. It's like instinctive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's such a weird like experience to feel.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if everybody does that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine, like, I mean, actually, I had a neighbor that used to, like, bombard everybody with what she was going through. But in her case, I just looked at it like she didn't want to take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's definitely people like that. It's just, like, just straight up, like, hey, what's her name? What's a good name? Let's think of a name. Well, I don't
Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh,
Hey, Jerry, how's it going? Just getting divorced, and it's like people like that is just like, damn,
Right off the bat. Shit's heavy.
I was just walking into my house, bro. Like,
Right.
but yeah, I feel like that. There's people like that. But I wonder if even those people, like, they get into like a mode where it's just like, damn, this is too big to talk about, Tasha.
Yeah. I definitely think, like, when you're very self-aware, like, I don't know, I think that's what makes you want to be alone, because you understand how heavy it is. And yeah, that's how I am. I'm still trying to, like, learn how to ask for help. Because I'm always being helpful, but
yeah, man,
it's just hard because I don't want anybody to feel sorry about what I'm going through.
Yeah,
It's like,
pity's almost like disrespectful.
I hate pity so much.
Yeah. Is there ever a case where it can be good? Like,
I mean,
other than us giving it,
I mean, in the sense of, like, somebody's pet dying, like,
yeah.
I mean, but
do you have pity for that? Like when I explained that dog passing, do you think you felt pity, or would you classify that as pity, or would you classify that as like sympathy and empathy? I mean, I'm sure like you attach that feeling to your own experience at some point. But is there like room for pity, and can it be righteous? Like, can it just be purely good?
Pity just feels so, like, hopeless. I don't know, like, I wouldn't want to pity anybody, because it would make, I don't know, if they already feel like it's the end of the world, I don't want to reinforce that. Like, damn, man, like, I don't know how you're gonna get out of this one.
Strap your boots.
Yeah, man. Like, good luck, bro.
Man.
Be easy.
I'm over here if you need me.
Yeah, but also, like, when people vent to me, I try to. I don't always know, like, how to be there for people. Like,
it's very tough.
Yeah. With myself, like, I ask myself a lot of questions. And sometimes I'm, like, too logical in times where I should just let myself, like, feel my emotions. But I'm always stuck in, like, well, okay, this feeling is obviously an inconvenience. Like, how can we do better for yourself and for everybody around you?
Is that the counsel in your head talking? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
So you kind of, like, deliberate in your head, like, all right, so how are we feeling? All the emotions get together, and then kind of make a consensus on what action should be done.
Yeah. I can never just, like, just chill and, like, feel it out.
Yeah.
I'm learning that, though, like, surrendering.
Surrendering to what?
Just how I feel, and like, I get really anxious when how I feel isn't aligned with, like, higher me, or, like, my actual intention. Like, I don't know, there's like a significant disconnection between, I don't know, is it like my heart and my brain, or like?
No, I feel you.
No.
I've been thinking about that a lot too, actually. It's just like in a way, I don't feel, I feel like as we kind of grow and evolve, like there's a detachment from like the actual self, like the tangible self in a way. And you also get to realize like the tangible self, like this earth suit that we're in, has its own desires and has its own cravings, and has its own like brain, apart from like your higher self, like you explained. And so like, and there needs to be balance between the two. Like I like to be here. Sometimes you just gotta like, you gotta feed into your brain, and then like also see what's, but most of all like see what's best for your mind in a way. And it like just that like that tussle is so, it's
a lot.
It's a lot. It can be draining at times, and it can be very triumphant at times, you know, just like it. I mean, you can tell it better. We can both can tell it better than anyone. I mean, you know, there's times when it's just like, man, the brain is kicking my ass, yo. You know, the body, like, because it conflicts, you know. And yeah, like it sometimes, like, what helps me is just like remembering I'm not my body, you know.
That is so like difficult.
Yeah.
Like saying like, because that's what I be trying to think too. Like when I have a lot of negative thoughts, I'm like, okay, I am not these thoughts. I'm just aware of them.
Right. It's something we work at you know. I don't think it takes a huge effort to master that. So like, it's not. I haven't mastered it. You haven't. Like, it just takes effort.
Wait, so then, like, who are we if we're not our thoughts?
Who are we? I have a sense for who I am. I don't think. I think in the grand scheme of things, if you take this is what I believe. I don't, you know, take it as fact, but like, I think like we're like these, I don't know, we came from like space in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're a collection of like something that I don't know.
We're just like, you know, everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we can, I guess the fact that I don't know, it you know, lends itself for it to be like that expansive. Like, we could be nothing, we can be everything, we can be nothing at the same time, you know. But I can't classify it because it's so immense, you know. And I'm fine with that. Like, but something is happening, you know what I'm saying, where I think we kind of, I think we all kind of came here for and experienced this thing that we're all experienced for a reason. And through our experience here, we kind of either we kind of hunker down and, you know, execute that mission or whatever, or we kind of we lose our way in a way. But I think most of the time, like, the same way we came, I'm really out here. Right? Are you following? Like, I can stop talking.
No, I'm following.
I just don't want to. All right, so like, but yeah, I think like, I think from the beginning, to put it in this term, like I think everyone is like a big ass ball of light in a way. You know what I mean? Like as we enter here, and then I don't think we ever leave with the same amount of brightness. You know what I mean? Like I think what we experience here is so tasking sometimes. You know, that by the time we exit here and go on to maybe to the next universe or whatever and fulfill whatever we need to do there, we're a little bit dimmer. You know what I mean? And I think a big contributor of that is like what we were talking about, is like the tussle between you knowing you're not your body. You know, you're not this you're not this earth suit that you find yourself in. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know what we are, you know?
I think we're just pure potential.
Right. I think that's important, because I think everybody has like their own version of that, you know, like their own version of that experience, of what our experience is, you know. I think that's very important. I think you call it pure potential, and you into like physics, or do you remember like potential and kinetic energy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's what that reminds me of. It's just like, that's what that is. To me, that transfers over into light too. You know, like there's light and there's darkness. The absence of light is darkness. The presence of light scatters darkness. You know.
Right.
But yeah, it's really like amazing to me that we can kind of like all like generalize this experience kind of like in that kind of vicinity, you know, of like what you just said, you know.
I wish we could all acknowledge these things. Like that, I feel like that's the bigger picture. Yeah. And
what do you think we're supposed to do when we acknowledge it, you know?
We're supposed to come together and like...
Right, yeah.
Like I was thinking, because the debate has just been like on my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, I guess like the government, the way they're succeeding is because they all agree on one thing, you know? And
barely, you know? Are you talking about our government?
I guess like in terms of like policing, like us.
Yeah, like in theory.
Yeah. Because there's definitely a civil war going on. Absolutely, and it feels like we have to fight harder to win. And on their side, it just seems like they can agree on one thing. Whereas with us, we can't seem to agree on one thing. Yeah, so we're like in the minutia of it. You know what I mean? Like, because we are all... And I think a big thing, a big factor is that in America, where we champion the individual, you know? Yeah, like when COVID just started, and like everybody was fiending for themselves at the grocery stores. Like, I was so upset because being inside did not affect me. I'm always inside. It was just when I wanted to go get fruit from the like Trader Joe's. Like, it's like, yo, now you guys are affecting me. Now there's no tissue. Like, everyone's for themselves. It's a sickness. And so
I think that's a big factor on why we're in the state that we're in as a country. You know what I mean? Like, because something, even like, say, like, if aliens were to come, like, just fuck our shit up, you know, our whole experience, just like some dark aliens that just don't want us to be, they just want to take over Earth or something. There's no, like, and they came straight to DC, and it was like, all right, we're gonna start with America first, you know.
Wait, do you think if you were an alien, you'd have that mindset? If you like, imagine being on a much higher frequency and just seeing how sick we can be.
I, as an alien, well, first of all, I don't fuck with like us, you know, like like I said, like just like the whole individual mindset is just like it's not fuck, you know, like it's we're totally countering what we're here for, you know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
I know I shouldn't be a powerful being that has the authority to wipe shit out, because I might be that nigga just be like, all right, humanity has to go, you know? And I guess that makes me like, I don't know, like misanthropic.
I was just I thought of that word. I was like, nah.
Yeah, but good thing I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to contribute the best way I can, knowing that information it's fucked up out here. But if the aliens were to come hit DC, our capital of the nation, I forgot where I was going with that actually. Oh, I don't think we have like the ability to come together and be like, nah. You know, I don't think we have that. You know, I think everybody, I mean, just like, so in this case, the alien was oppression and racism has been an alien for ages. We couldn't figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Now it's this COVID shit, you know? And this shit won't go away because we can't just like collectively be like, all right, we should just all do something about, like, do what we know we can do for, you know what I mean? Like, because everybody just like, you know, one day I'm doing this, the next day I'm doing this.
Right. I feel like we're getting a little closer to coming together because of the internet. I feel like the internet is helping us and destroying us. And it's like,
oh yeah, it's like, for sure. Yeah, it's dark and light, man.
Yeah.
It's the wild, wild west. It's like you can do anything. You can be anything you want on the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. I think things are a lot closer to us because of it, you know? A lot of more feelings are shared, you know? How do you, like, how do you think the internet affects your life?
I don't like when, I don't know. Damn. I just watched The Social Dilemma, and it like reinforced the anxiety I had, like just going on social media, because I kept trying to tell myself like it's a tool and I'm just going to use it to like spread love or try to upload like headshots or something. Yeah. And it always, I don't know, no matter what my intention is, it's like there's a hidden agenda. Yeah. Regardless.
Even that, like you're being something, you know? You're being something that's totally not you. Like, because you're not all just headshots. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you're a person. But like in the internet, like we have like these avatars that are supposedly supposed to make us up. But I think and it projects into like this internet world that like this is who I am. But like something about it knows we're lying. Like the internet itself knows.
I mean, we're performing for machines.
Exactly. Like, and the machine is calling our bluff in a way. And it's just like, all right, you posted these, but like, I know in your phone you got like, you posted these 3 headshots, but I know in your phone you have 15 of them, and you selected these because you trying to, you know, I see what you're doing. Yeah. That's what the internet says. Right.
And then the camera makes me so anxious. Like,
really? Like the forward fit? Yeah.
Because it's like, The Social Dilemma even talked about that. Like, they know how long you're watching something.
Oh, man.
Like, it just gives me anxiety. Like, every time I have my phone in my hand, I just feel like this thing is not good for me. But
what's the word? Let's fuck up the internet, right? I mean, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But what's the worst thing that could come out about you that the internet knows? That your phone knows, I guess. I don't think we'll even get the worst thing, because like, why would you say it?
I mean, my notes. Yeah, I be hella intimate in my notes about how I feel, but that's only sometimes. I really prefer pen and paper, but if my notes were to come out, I'd be like, oh man. My recently deleted photos, I look,
oof.
You know, got some crazy photos in there. I don't really have like crazy things in my cell phone, because I barely trust my cell phone.
Yeah. But is it like present in like, I guess, is it present in times when things are crazy too? You know, like I be thinking about that too. Like even when I'm like maybe doing something I don't want people to see me doing, and my phone is there most times. You know what I'm saying?
Like, so there's still a witness.
Yeah, like it's a witness. Like exactly, it's a witness. You know, I don't think I can ever. Like if my phone wanted to just retaliate from me and just be like, expose me as a nigga, like I'm fucked. Like my business is out. You know.
Yeah.
It sees in the dark for sure. You know what I mean? Like it sees what I do in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, Siri be listening, man. She waits for you to say Siri to respond. But she be listening.
Yeah.
But I just, despite it all, I try not to be fear-based about it. Like, I go to sleep, I put my phone under my bed.
Yeah. Under your bed?
Yeah. Why
do you do that?
My agent's been sending me stuff about like radiation and like EMFs.
Oh,
Yeah, she says it's not healthy for it. I shouldn't even put it underneath my bed. Like it shouldn't be in the same room.
In the same room, yeah.
I unplug everything.
Yeah.
Like, I just try to stay grounded.
Yeah. I guess how far do you go down with that? We can really fuck ourselves with fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess, like, how far do you go down that tunnel?
Like, of being fear-based?
Yeah.
I just try to stop myself with my awareness. Like, okay, like, I'm obviously thinking too hard about it, because it's like a lot of fear-based scenarios. Like, oh my God, what if this happens? Like, and then at that point, I'm killing myself before anything I fear does. You know?
I feel you.
And I think I just try to like maintain that stillness in me, just try to stay peaceful, because I mean, crazy things can happen. I could be on fire, but as long as I have peace,
anything can happen, and we're so fragile. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing how we don't go day by day, just like riddled and feared. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything.
Some people do, though.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And that's not healthy. Like, there's a lot of shit going on right now. We can all agree on that. But everybody has their own ways of, like, interpreting it. Like, COVID, like, some people have not left their house.
Damn.
And I don't know. It's really just your interpretations that matter most. Nothing's really certain.
And if it, like, prohibits you from doing what you need to do.
See, that's how you know you're fucking yourself up.
Yeah.
When you realize your fears are messing up your goals and stuff.
Yeah, or just like your livelihood, your like quality of life. Like being addicted to fear, you know? Yeah. Can we clap? I forgot to clap at the beginning of this.
Clap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's clap together. Well, I'll count us down.
Okay.
After the one.
Okay.
All right. So I'll like give us a little count situation. All right. 3, 2, 1. That was pretty good. Did you like that or no?
Yeah, we was in sync.
Yeah. It did feel great.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised like we didn't have to do that again. Usually I do. So how you feeling?
I feel really good these days.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing clearly. Like, I just felt like I was inside of a tunnel.
Yeah.
And I couldn't enjoy, like, the blessings that I have.
Yeah.
It's just... But I feel like I can see now, like, I'm actually present. And it feels really good because I'm, like, I'm seeing people and I get excited. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know, I'm exactly who I want to be. Like, I'm as divine as I want to be. I'm helping people again. It just feels good. Like, I feel like I'm living my purpose. And yeah, I feel really good these days.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. How have you been feeling?
I feel a lot better than I was. I'm very grateful for that. You know, still plenty to do, plenty to work on. But in the midst of that, you know, I feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's there's so much to like learn and do right now, and at the same time, you know. But I feel good. I'm like, so I just like cut down a lot of my beard. And so like, like beards, like for men, they kind of like hide your face in a way. And I had my beard for I don't know how many years. But like, I cut it off, I'm like, damn, I aged. And that was crazy to me. Like, I never thought I'd age, like physically. Like, be able to see it in a way.
Damn, so you ain't seen your face in a minute.
Yeah.
What did you notice aged?
My face is rounder, you know? Like, before, like, I was like, oh, damn, I'm putting on some weight. But, like, but also, I was, like, very grateful for that because like I can still do something about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still blessed enough to be in the opportunity, have the opportunity to like, all right, so maybe I should like work out, or like maybe I should just grow a beard again and stuff. Like some people don't have that, or not even people, but like sometimes like you get those realizations and you can't even do anything about it, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I guess that's like a summary of like how I'm feeling. Like I'm just kind of like grateful that I can learn and do at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like another con of the internet is I'm constantly seeing other people do things. And
Oh yeah, comparison.
yeah, like I mean, I don't really compare myself. It's more like I'll see what somebody's doing and I'll be happy for them.
Yeah.
But then there's always that voice like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah. Like you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Doing too much.
Like, weren't you going to do something like that? Like, you could have been did that.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, damn. Everybody's connected now. So it'd be really interesting to see how like we act after this. Like, I guess what'd you learn from Social Dilemma is like on Netflix or something?
Oh man, you need to watch it so we could talk about it.
Yeah, I saw it come across like my algorithm, you know. But I didn't tap in.
Yeah.
Out of defiance.
Out of defiance. Because of the algorithm?
Yeah, like sometimes you just want to be like, nah, nigga, you don't know me really. You thought.
I'm like immune to like ads. Like,
really?
Yeah, like I'll know what they're doing. And I'm like, oh no.
Really?
I don't look at it.
The ads, like when I go on Instagram, I'll be like, how'd you know I want this? Like I didn't, like there is no way, like, it's like on some other shit where it's just like, how do you know like I would wear something like that?
It's so simple though, because it's like, okay, the stuff that you like on Instagram, the things that you Google search, the things that you've bought.
Yeah.
They're listening also.
Yeah.
So like
they're aggregating data.
Yeah, we're the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so specific sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck? How did they? What was my Google search where it tipped them off? Because some of it is just like, what? I do want this. I'm gonna buy it, but still, like you're the feds. You know? What's going on?
Man.
It's just such a conflicting purchase most of the time.
Like, yeah, I do want this, but I don't like how it was presented.
Yeah,
to
like
me.
why you know so much about me?
Yeah,
it's like Nardwuar, but like Instagram.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is just trying to do like the worst. Like,
yeah, I don't trust that nigga.
Like, why? He's just trying to make us like perfect beings or something.
That's what I don't get. Like, why use your energy to do that? You know what I mean? Like, why?
So much money. Like,
yeah, all these. Yeah, it's just I can't fathom why someone would do that. Like, you have these abilities.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden, just like greed takes over. Greed is just very it's a bacteria, man. The thing is just it like grows. It's always growing.
I can't imagine being greedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the thing is, like, I can't either. But
I mean,
like,
if I have some really good food, you know,
yeah,
and I don't want to share it, I guess that's me being greedy.
that's what I'm saying. Like, just that, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying. It's a bacteria, because it's just like, you can have the smallest amount. Like, even I have the small amount of greed. I mean, I can't pinpoint it right now. But like, eventually, it'll grow into something more. It's like, I'm the host for the greed in a way, where it's just like, no matter how small it is at this current time, in the future, given that the host also grows, it's going to grow, and maybe exponentially. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just got to be aware of it. Like,
yeah, exactly. The awareness is exactly what you said.
and it just makes it worse because I feel like they're very aware.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, man.
Shit's crazy.
They know what they're doing.
And it's like, these are, I don't know, I guess like the higher ups, like they've teamed up with psychologists to like study our nature, and so they know how to manipulate us.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wouldn't you use it for the greater good of humanity?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
You know what? I was just watching something this morning. You have Canopy?
Canopy?
Yeah, with the K. It's like Netflix, but with like educational stuff. Not straight up like educational, but like, say if you want to like, it's used by like libraries and universities, kind of. So if you were like into film, like they have like all the Criterion collection type stuff there. And I was watching this. I only say that because I suggest everybody get a Canopy account. Just go to your like.
Is it free?
You can go to your library, your local library, get like a card, or like register with your library or something, and you can get it for free, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, but it was so I was on there, and I was watching this series called Redefining Reality, and so it gives a history of science, kind of like past, present, and like, I guess what they're trying to do with science and stuff. And so it's kind of interesting because like what you're describing, and it might also be angered to my experience, because I just watched this shit. So like, you know how you just get new information and you try to like make everything else it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's me with Social Dilemma right now. Yeah.
So this is probably that, but like, I guess I was watching that, and they were talking about just like the history of like how science interacted with philosophy back, with like the Plato period, and how it came into, and it kind of like science kind of morphed into like the Aristotle period after Plato, or how we understand the world, because that's really what science was back then. We didn't have like too many like mathematical like structures back then. And then from Aristotle, then came like this big like Christianity became a thing by that time. Like, and then it disrupted like how we see the world in a way, because now like with Christianity, it became like the in this sense it became like the government in a way, or it had all the power, is very authoritarian, and so like it dictated what people like took as true and what we can we can learn and teach and stuff. It's very weird. Like,
yeah,
it's very strange. And but then you have like Sir Isaac. You remember Sir Isaac Newton, Apple guy, the gravity guy. He was able to like discover gravity just by sitting, just chilling. He didn't. He was able to make it like a theory without having to go to the authorities, get it approved by like the church, and he didn't follow a line of philosophers and scientists before him, so he wasn't like taught. So it was like the enlightenment was like this big thing where people can gather knowledge by themselves without having to like be told knowledge in a way,
yeah.
And so like it's kind of like how you were just describing that like with how things are going with like the people that have all the information with like the like Elon Musk and stuff, and like why they don't use it for good. I feel like we're on the verge of like kind of like that like French Revolution type of thing where you just kind of kill everybody that has like the abundance of like the thing that everybody else needs, I think we're not too far from that too. Like there's going to be a new like what was that thing in France where they like started just killing everybody like that was rich and stuff? You remember that?
There was a name for that?
Yeah. I forgot what it was. It was kind of, it was like their civil war, but like what our civil war was in a way.
I mean,
I don't know. We don't know what the name is.
People are talking about like, I mean, Trump supposedly has COVID right now.
Yeah.
And
who knows? And so that's how strange it is out here. Cause like, does he? Like, right. Is this a thing?
His whole thing was like, if you have COVID, or if you don't want COVID, just don't think about it. Just simply don't think about it.
That's so crazy, man. But yeah, what are you saying?
What was I saying? Wait, what was I saying?
You were saying you brought up like Trump having COVID. We were talking about before. Yeah. We were talking about the French Revolution is what it was called. And then,
okay.
And then I was saying that I think we're due to have that, some form of that, like again.
Right.
Maybe through technology, maybe through the people who make money off of technology.
Can you really see it?
No.
Can you?
I just feel it in a way. It's just like I like we were talking about memories and how they inform the future. Like you look back and I think we kind of do the same shit, as people. Like our behaviors kind of like go on this cycle. And I think that's gonna happen again. Like there's just the internet is like the wild west where it's so vast and anybody can do anything and anybody can gain from other people in a way, and people are gonna get fed up. People are their lives are getting taken from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like something's gonna give at some point. I don't know what, but it's there's gonna be, power shifts all over the place, so.
Yeah, something's gotta give.
Yeah. What's the latest thing you've learned about yourself?
I if I can try to summarize it, I'm like, it's very easy for me to be stuck in like introspection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's okay to be introspective sometimes, but too much of it, I think I create like a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I get in tunnel vision. And
where you just kind of disconnect from everything around.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Mm.
On a lighter note, I noticed that I can really do anything. Like, I don't know if that's cliche or something, but I've been like going outside of my comfort zone, and it's just, it feels really good, like challenging myself and being able to do things that I thought I would have to like train to do.
Yeah. It like you kind of exploring more.
Yeah.
Are you at liberty to like talk about that in detail? Like it's kind of like invasive. Like sometimes like it's kind of weird saying the things that you have on your heart that you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, so if you don't want to talk about it, I totally understand.
I mean, there's more intimate aspects, but I guess, I mean, career-wise, like my modeling and my DJing, my writing, I've just been noticing like myself evolve in those areas.
Yeah.
And
writing is very powerful, man. It's such a powerful like mechanism.
Yeah, I get scared sometimes. Like
I feel you.
I don't like being too self-aware sometimes.
Yeah. It's like tough looking in that mirror. It's pretty tough. Yeah. But those are the things you kind of like, you're like, oh, you didn't know that before and now you do.
Yeah. And I was actually talking to my friend about this, but he's asking me like what kind of kid I used to be.
What kind of kid were you?
It was just such a different time. Like, it was like obviously before cell phones.
Yeah.
And like I just remember neighborhood kids used to like knock on my door, and like we would just go skate. And there was like a lot of us. There was at least like 20 of us. And in the cul-de-sac, there's this little boy. His name was BJ. And like everybody used to pick on him because he was like special ed, and he had darker skin, so people used to like make fun of it. And he had like a really long face.
Wow.
And he was very free. Like, he would like dance in the middle of the street. He would scream. Just
whatever he thought he did.
Yeah. And people were just so mean to him. And like, I just remember I used to like see him, and I used to be really kind to him. And I was the only one who would like hang out with him alone.
Yeah.
And so his mother used to like come over and like thank me, and like,
that's very beautiful.
Yeah, I was crying when I thought about it, because I was like, I wonder where he is now.
Yeah.
And when I'd hang with him, it was uncomfortable sometimes because he was just different.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't operating on on what we know.
Yeah.
You know, you just function at a different level.
But I mean, just looking back, I don't know what my intention was, but I feel like when I did hang with him, I just wanted him to feel like he could do all of these self-expressive things and not be judged for it.
Yeah.
Like, I would just let him be himself.
Yeah.
And like,
you were trying to like encourage him to feel safe in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that brings a lot of like it sheds a lot of light on like who you are as a person, you know?
Yeah.
Do you, because I think there's certain things that you just don't lose, like as people, like certain things certain traits we have is like when we were kids. I mean, granted, like they evolve and stuff, but like I think a portion of it is still always there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just always trying to help people.
Yeah.
And I think I just forget myself sometimes. But I'm learning though. When I am there for myself, like, and I put myself first, I feel selfish. And I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm learning the balance.
Yeah.
I just would rather see someone else reaping benefits than me.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Wait, what's not cool?
Just like wanting people to be better than me.
Oh, and then you suffer from it in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That isn't okay. That I think that's exactly, like that's where the line should be drawn there, you know?
Yeah.
It should, in theory, you know, like it's much easier said than done, obviously, as someone that kind of goes to the same thing. You know?
What kind of kid were you? Like, what do you still hold on to?
I have like a similar, I remember like, I think this was definitely second grade. For sure, second grade. And this is when we had recess and stuff. And
damn.
Remember recesses?
Yeah.
And Mrs. Herbert was my second grade teacher. She was older and smelled like celery all the time. And the thing is with recess, like everybody knew what time we were supposed to be let out for like our 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Like shit was crazy. But like we all gathered at the door, like ready to run out and stuff, like just hit the playground. Thing is, it was like only 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know what we was planning on doing for 10 or 15 minutes on that playground. But we was ready and excited like every time, like every day. But like, so I remember like Miss Herbert was always like, don't run when I open the door type stuff. And without fail, everybody always charged out and ran. You know what I'm saying? And this was like earlier in the school year. And this white girl named Laura or Lauren? Laura or Lauren, one of the two. She was like, she had the wobbly knees. She was running. She was trying to, you know, get out too, but then she tripped and then like scraped up her knee, like you got caught on like a nail type thing, and like it happened right next to me. And instead of like I could have very well just like did what everybody else did and kept running to the recess, like to like the playground. I felt like really bad, and I stopped running and went to go like help her and stuff. like bring her back into the classroom. And then like the teacher, Miss Herbert, she was like, but I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, this is what I'm probably just need to help her out here type shit. Yeah. But like she was like all like impressed and stuff. I was like, for what? You know? Mm-hmm. So like every once in a while, you know, even now, like sometimes like I catch glimpses of that where it's just like where I don't realize like I'm helping somebody, and I do, and then like they gotta like make me aware of that type shit. But then like also like what I even had like a dream about it lately. At the same time, it's just like not knowing like the effect or the power that you have on people can be dangerous too. You know, where like sometimes I kind of maneuver where I just don't know, or I disregard like the effect I have on folks, and
I feel that,
you know, and that can, at a certain point, that can be detrimental, you know, because then like you kind of get, it's people's nature to take advantage of that, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes humility becomes self-loathing, you know. It kind of in certain situations can just be self-loathing and not just not sticking up for yourself, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah, I feel you. Like in order to help somebody, you don't necessarily have to suffer too, you know.
Yeah, to an extent, like don't forget about yourself completely.
Yeah. I even had to like today. I had to like decline going somewhere, just because at the end of the day, I just didn't feel like going, and I felt bad just saying like just doing that. When I, in a way, like I don't think I should. Like a part of me thinks like I shouldn't. If I don't feel like doing something, then I shouldn't feel bad about that. You know?
I had to turn down a video or something.
Yeah.
It was a gig, and it was, I don't even know if I could. Okay, so
be cryptic.
They were really excited to have me on, to the point where like I think they were like building the concept around me at that point.
Yeah.
And they were telling me like, yeah, like you can, because the idea was I had a love interest. And so they were saying like, yeah, like you should bring somebody that you're comfortable being intimate with. Like, and I was like, okay. And so the day before the shoot, she goes, hey, we actually locked you in with someone else. And it was weird because they wanted me to be intimate with this person, and like,
yeah,
I was like, there's a whole pandemic going on, and like it just seemed very like sketch.
Yeah, they didn't have your best interests.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, like we thought you'd just be down. Like why? Like why? That's so weird.
That is very strange.
And it was the day before, so I thought like, damn, I'm just gonna have to stick it through. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Like what? Like I was like, yo, like I'm so sorry to tell you that I'm not going tomorrow, because it just sounded so crazy. Like it.
Yeah. I'm glad that kicked in, because that is strange. Just hearing like how the course of events happened,
Yeah.
Like they didn't keep up their end of the deal, you know. And so once that happened, and all of this sounds good in theory, and I'm still trying to practice it, you know. But like, if you kept up your end of the bargain, but they didn't, and so like, you know, they try to do some weird shit because of it. And it's just not alright, you know. You know, it's weird, like the whole like industry kind of moves like that, you know. Like entertainment is just so. Who started it?
Like you're not human to them. You're like a mannequin.
Yeah,
pushing their product or whatever they're selling.
I don't fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like until you like, you really gotta like. Really got to stand on your own too, in a way. Yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I mean, there's always something to talk about, but
I know. What was your first thought this morning when you woke up? Did you wake up in the morning?
Did you ask me if I woke up in the morning?
Yeah.
I woke up this morning, yeah.
Not the afternoon.
Oh. I was about to clown you for a little bit.
I know.
But,
I know. I felt it. I was like, all right, you just breathe. Take deep breaths and bring up the afternoon. She hasn't thought about the afternoon.
Nah, I woke up this morning, I think around 11, close to afternoon.
Okay.
And my roommate, my best friend Mindy, she woke me up.
Okay.
And
how do you like being woken up? Is there a right way and a wrong way to wake you up?
Don't yell at me. Don't pull me out of whatever piece I'm in.
You're the realm that you were floating in.
Like no loud noises. I like to be peacefully woken up.
Yeah.
Same way I went to sleep.
Are you a heavy sleeper? Or do you like... Does someone have to like rattle you to wake you up?
Oh no, I'm a really light sleeper.
Okay.
I wish I wasn't.
Are you the type that like once you wake up you can't go back to sleep?
It takes me... Nah, actually, I don't know. I'm gonna say yes and no.
What you mean?
This morning I couldn't go back to sleep, but
I feel like right now don't count though. Like this whole year don't count. Because sleep patterns have been crazy for, I feel like, from majority of people. Yeah. Or just like, just sleeping in general is just like different. But I say pre-2020.
I think it's fairly easy for me to fall back to sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
What about you?
No, I'm with you. Like I think it's weird when people are like, I just couldn't go back to sleep. Yeah. Like, someone's like my parents. I feel like you just
close your eyes, bro. Like,
I just couldn't do it. What do you mean? You were halfway there, yo. Like I know you still got you still kind of drowsy. Right. Like I think there's like maybe like a 30 minutes to an hour threshold where you can just be like, okay, I can't go back to sleep. But within that 30 minutes, if I can do it, it's going to be done. Right. You know?
Yeah. Actually, I woke up this morning remembering that I was in jail in my dream.
Man.
It was crazy. It was like an outside jail, though. It didn't look like a normal jail cell.
I got a question for you after this, but please finish.
Okay. One of the guards I had a romantic interest with. So they were trying to help me, like, get out. And yeah, it was crazy. Like, I felt like it was going on for like hours. Like I feel like I remember how long I was experiencing it for. And I woke up this morning and I was like, damn, I was almost out. If I didn't wake up, I would have seen how
isn't it like sometimes you just like, I wish I could finish this.
Yeah. You know? Wish I could just watch it.
Did you wake up on your own accord?
No, my roommate woke me up.
You said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you mad at her? Like,
no, I was just like,
I was in the middle of something. I
gotta be up anyway. I would have probably slept till like 1.
You have reoccurring dreams? Like, do you ever, like, has there ever been a case where you went back in there and finished it? Are they ever really done?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I've had like repeated lessons.
I feel you. Where it's like the same theme, but different scenario. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was gonna ask you. If you
Are you getting tired too?
No. Okay. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about like how the best way to phrase this question. Okay. Are you tired?
A little bit.
Okay.
I could.
We can probably wrap soon after this. Okay. You're leaving here right now, right? Mm-hmm. Right when I say goodbye to you, hop in. Do you pull up in your own car? Mm-hmm. Okay, you just hit the trafficator, whatever the signal, to hit, to get out the parking spot or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then right when you do that, blue lights behind you, bam. Fortunately, nobody's hurt. You're not hurt when you're detained, but they say you're going to be in jail for a very long time.
What'd I do? Just pulled out. I just pulled out.
So you're gonna question what you did? Okay, so that settles in. Like, say you take it as fact, right?
Okay.
Or enough time has happened where you just take it as fact, but you haven't been like you got out on bail or something, and you just waiting for your court date. You go get your court date, and they say, "All right, you're going to prison." How are you feeling about that?
It makes sense for me to be there though. Like
like you can okay, yeah, I can see how I ended up there,
Okay.
Your phone gave you away. Your phone retaliated on you and gave you away to the government.
I mean, if I did something to deserve it, like, I'm gonna have to be that person to survive prison.
Okay, so that was my question. Is like, is prison like, does fear come in mind for women when they go to prison? Like, is it like
oh, hell yeah.
Is it a hostile environment too?
I'm gonna be terrified.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't imagine what I would do to end up there. I'm just assuming if I killed somebody.
Yeah.
And like, if that's the case, then I feel like I'm on a different energy. I don't know, like to where I can maybe handle that environment.
Like if you were to go in for murder.
Actually, not. I don't know.
I feel like even if I did murder somebody, I still feel like I would be like, I'd be scared. I'm afraid. I think one of the biggest things that keep me out of prison is being afraid of prison. Mm-hmm. That's like one of the biggest proponents for me.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. No more showering.
Like
The
and
way
you're
you
lonesome.
want.
But then there's also like a lot of things I've never got confirmed about that place too. Like I don't know. I truly don't know if like raping happens. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like it does.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, who?
But I heard there's like you can, you know, have some quiet time with your just I don't know, man. I don't know prison, dog. Like I just don't know. And I think that adds to the mystique of prison. Like I don't think even as like a society we know too much about prison. You know, like I don't think like the general public is too well educated on prison. Only like you don't want to go there. You know, and I think that's done on purpose. You know.
Yeah. Shit is terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's some kind of solace in not being the only person that's afraid of prison or like the environment. You know, I thought it was only some man shit.
Nah, I mean I'm pretty sure the way they depict it in like shows isn't entirely accurate.
Yeah,
but I think it's enough for me to understand like
you don't want to go there willingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it's a bunch of people in there who I guess fucked up or got caught up.
Yeah.
Just in there and like I'm pretty sure they're not treated properly.
Yeah. Probably treated like the scum of the earth and probably internalize that too and give it back, you know. It's just not a place for me.
Me neither.
All right. Well, do we feel good?
I feel great.
Should we end this here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me. This was really refreshing. I feel like I had a really tall glass of like water.
Yeah. Me too. The feeling's mutual.
Cool.
All right, let's go. That was fun.
I was starting to fall asleep after a while. I was like, yo, I'm kind of tired.
That's so funny.